people are supposed to maximize the amount of wages that they get. They're supposed to maximize the amount of profits that they get in a particular company in terms of, how much money they're making. Really? I mean, it's all about show me the money, right? That's what a lot of people hear about. But this is fundamentally the wrong way of going about business. Where did this notion of the maximization of profits come from? Well, this is generally a neoclassical economics kind of story, right? So a business exists to maximize profits. It really doesn't tell you in any sort of possible way how you're supposed to do that. That is the fundamental problem with this perspective. It doesn't tell you how to do that. And if you don't know how to do that, then you're going to create all sorts of weird incentives in order for people to sort of try to maximize these particular profits. You have to, that it's just kind of zero-sum game where you take as much money from somebody else, you exploit as many people as you possibly can, and that is the sort of objective of business. So from my perspective, the purpose of business is to just simply solve problems, a large enough problem that lots of people are concerned with that problem. And the larger that particular problem is, and the more valuable that particular problem is to a particular group of people, right? So lots of people have this particular problem. And if you solve that problem, what you end up getting is a business. So there are a lot of different ways that we understand how businesses work and what is the purpose of business. There is the transaction cost economics. And really what that assumes is that businesses form simply when markets fail. So markets are not working all that well, whether it is because that there is some sort of thing that whatever you're trying to sell or whatever it is that you're trying to do has a lot of just kind of subtle complexities to it that you can't necessarily trade very well. So you end up creating a business, right? Now in sociology, some people might even say that businesses form simply as a way of organizing people in some sort of collective, and that there is some sort of goal towards what they are trying to organize toward, right? Business really is just some sort of collective of people, of technologies, it's also the routines, how people actually are performing particular tasks and activity, but they are all forming in general, if you sort of think about all these different ways, is to solve a particular problem that at least one person has. So where does profits come into this, right? So again, I'm not arguing that the neoclassical view is wrong. It just kind of it focuses on the wrong sort of objective in terms of what a business does and how it actually works. So where does the profits come into this? Well, profits are really vital to the purpose of a business. They are, however, they're kind of a secondary concern, right? If you're focused on solving problems, what ends up happening if you solve somebody's problems and it's important enough to somebody else, then what people do, they generally do, is they give you some sort of token of appreciation for solving that problem. It becomes really easy to understand, what a mission statement or a vision statement or, understanding how businesses fit within the society as a whole, right? Most businesses are not out there to exploit people. Now, some of them do, but those ones tend not to exist a very, very long time. The ones that exist in a long time is that they're solving this major problem that nobody else can do, and they do it a lot better than every other person that's out there. Well, you have to think about what is the problem that you're trying to solve. If you can sort of understand the emotional connection that people are having with that particular problem, then you can have a solution that resolves not only sort of the technical aspects of that particular business or that particular problem, but you're also resolving the emotional responses that people have. And that emotional response is the thing that brings people together and creates a tighter connection with the company or with the organization that you currently possess.